Hello, hello. Happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian friends. Hello to my American friends. I forgot to clean these before I went live. So, yes, this is Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. Actually, the holiday is tomorrow. My family always did Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday because there's a local county fair about 20 minutes, 30 minutes outside of town that we always went to on a Monday. Well, in my kids' early teens, mid-teens, they realize that a lot of fairs are just like a money grab. They, money for rides and money for all the games and that, and they weren't interested in walking through the cattle barns and the animal barns anymore, or walking through the other um, buildings, looking at the different booths. So we kind of stopped going. So, but I still do my dinner on the Sunday. So I'm gonna do the prep. Gotta get the turkey in the oven. I got a 17.3 pound turkey. I gotta stuff and get in the oven. So I got the turkey thing open. I just gotta rinse that out. I'll start with my stuffing, and I'll bring you guys over here and adjust this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's see. Play around with the. I got a lot of my stuff on the counter there. So I got a whole bunch of. I don't use box mix. My mom always made turkey or stuffing for the birds with bread. I had a bunch of buns, so there's some whole wheat buns and there's some white. I got more than enough for the turkey, so I'll do the rest wrapped up in foil. But so what my mom used to do, and I'm real picky when it comes to turkey. I don't throw a bunch of veggies and stuff in. It's basically got onions. And I just chopped up a regular cooking onion. Let's see who I got in here. We got Danny D. Hello, Danny. And Paul Wines. How are you doing, Paul? Make sure I get all the onions out of there. And then got salt and pepper, of course. I'll probably add more as I toss it here. You know what? I'm going to use my other thing of salt and pepper because that's coming out too slow and I don't have all day. So I just use the bigger things, got a little bit bigger holes. And I got ground sage this time. I usually use, we call it a rub sage, but it's more like the leafy type stuff, like your rub sage would look more like the consistency of what parsley would be, kind of thing. But I didn't get out to the bulk barn to do that, so we'll be using the rub sage or the ground sage. I need to use it up anyways. I got salt, pepper, sage, onion, and then I got a bunch of melted butter. So I'm gonna sprinkle that over. And I didn't have a big enough bowl right now, so I'm using the lid to my roasting pan. So I'm going to mix this up a bit, and then I'm going to add some more seasoning. I'm going to toss it all over the counter, too. Paul's working on a crock pot of beef vegetable soup. That sounds delicious. We're going to have to make some butternut squash soup. Maybe sometime next week I'll do that. Once I get the other ingredients, I think I need a few more ingredients. I'm not adding any more onion to it. So that's pepper. That's more salt. A little bit more pepper. Not too much. Butternut squash. Yeah, it's a roasted butternut squash soup, and I think I have most of the stuff, but it does call for 1 or 2 leeks. I'd have to pick up that. Okay. That's enough sage. This my spice cupboard here. I have another spice rack here. When we went to On 23, the place we stayed had two huge drawers you pulled out, and there was just all spices. It was like, I would love to have two spice drawers like that. So I'm going to put the rest of the butter in there. Scoop that out. Toss that around some more. Mix it up. I don't know. I'm trying to debate whether I got enough butter here. I think I do. I don't want to put too much. I don't like soggy dressing. And sometimes if I put too much butter and then you stuck it in the bird and you get the juices from the bird, then you get mush. So we're going to leave that right now. I'm going to go to the bird here. It's right here in the sink. I've washed my sinks out beforehand. So now, usually, you would find a package of stuff with the innards in there. Apparently, we got the liver stuck right in the front here. So what I'm going to do, I have a pot here. I'm just going to put all the organ meats in it because I will cook that up for the dog. Actually, I don't even cook it. I just put it above the vent to the stove and put some water in there, and it cooks itself enough. And this bird's been sitting out for a few days in the fridge, thawing. We got the neck of the bird. It's not any other part, it's the neck. I'll stick that in there for some flavor because I don't waste the oops. We got the heart. I do not waste the juices out of the spoiling the innards. I guess that's all we're getting. I usually get this big chunk from. I don't keep that in there. It just gets in my way. Use my kitchen shears. I'm going to take that off. I might throw it in the. So I just put everything in the pot. I'll put some water over it. And I'm just going to sit it on the stove just above the vent with the lid. And you'll be surprised. I have never turned that burner on anytime I've done a bird to cook that. And it's been cooked. I need a paper towel here. I'm just checking there's some little pin feathers still stuck in here. Grab those out. Now I bought this bird on Tuesday. It was frozen. It's a frozen bird. This is Sunday. It's been sitting in the fridge. Wrapped up in the package on a cookie sheet. I'm just reaching in here. There's still ice in here. We don't have to run water through it. Oh, wrap around some more innards. Like my mom and my granddad and that, they used to eat the organ meat, but I'm not a fan. My kids aren't a fan. So the dog gets a treat. I know it's kind of rich, but he only gets it a few times a year. Just grabbing a few little feathers that are still attached to him because I don't want to eat the feathers. So I'm just going to rinse him out so I can get that ice out of there. What else we got in here? Oh, we got Busby and James Catanese. Hello, guys. You're touching his giblets. Well, I'm getting up close and personal. I got my hand down his hoo-hoo. Oh, that is a big chunk of ice in there. Yes, I make my own stuffing. I have bread, onion, salt, pepper, sage, and melted butter. It's just the way my mother made it, and that's the only way I like it. Hello, Chicken Wing 3366. What about the cats? That's interesting. Yeah. Artery or I might give some to the cats. I don't know. They're pretty particular. They might get a little bit. It is breaking up. One side empty. Get most of the ice out of there. Turn around the other way. There you go. Make sure there's no feathers left on this end. Animal by faucet. Oh, you never know. I left the skin on there. I'm glad of that. But I do like to have enough extra cavities to stick stuffing in. So we got all the ice out. So let them drain a little bit. Hello, Brene. Wash my hands a little bit, like touch some stuff on the. I'll take the wings. Okay. I don't know who actually eats the wings. Probably my youngest. He likes the dark meat. So move a few things over here. So I can move this over so I can stuff the bird. I'm gonna dry them off first. I already made a pumpkin pie yesterday. Got a apple pie in the fridge. Got the Cool Whip softening and got ice cream for the apple pie. So we got all the water out. I like stuffing in this. And this is going to be bad for me because I've pretty much gone gluten-free. My stuffing's not going to be gluten-free, so I'm going to be paying for that. I'm not celiac, I just have an intolerance to gluten, and if I eat it, then I have the same reaction I get if I have dairy. I get the gas and the bloating and the stuff. It's a big bird. I think I can calculate it's going to be about 5 hours to cook. I just wanted to get it early, then I can. Where's the butter tarts? No butter tarts today. I could have. I could have bought the tart shells, but I figured I had enough things to make. So I think they're coming dried out pretty good. First end I'm going to stuff is the other end. When it's dried out, these still drip water. I use the prep towel. That's not going to fall apart. Let's grab another one after. Okay. Double check and make sure that's what about butter tart stuffing. That might be good. I'm not a fan of raisins in my stuffing. Okay. So first of all, I got my skewers ready too. I don't lace them up. I just stick them with skewers. So I'm going to stuff some stuffing in this end. This could be creative. It's kind of a split in the skin here, but we're stuffing what we can. I don't know. I've had like stovetop stuffing and stuff like that, but I'm just not a big fan of the crumbly little stuff. Let's see. I have to do some surgery here with the skewers. No, don't need skewer going down the drain. Don't want to have to call maintenance and say, oh, there's a skewer in the drain. Probably charge me to have a plumber come out. And I don't want to have the hassle of the mess of it. Taking the drain part either. Got the oven preheating already. Got it at 325. It said 325, 350. My oven runs hot, so about 25 degrees lower. I think that's about all I'm going to get in that end. There I go. Let's try not to put a skewer through my thumb. There we go. And we'll flip them back over and stuff the inside. Ugh! Ouch. Yeah, just poke myself with a skewer. Okay. I dried that out. Still gonna be a juicy bird, I hope. Don't want to stuff them too tight because then you get all kind of mush too. I have lots of skewers, Busby. I like the little ones. Oops. Like these little ones. I have big ones in the drawer too, but I don't particularly like using the big ones. Looks like I'm going to have a good size thing of foil that needs to be stuffed. Okay. Well, I'm not going to stay on here the whole time for turkey cooking, but I'll do a short afterwards, after it's done, and so you can see it all done. One skewer, one more skewer. I'm going to wash my hands a little bit so I can get some foil. That bird's almost started. Looks like Samson's got some short legs by the looks of it. Just for the pictures I've seen. Okay. I'm gonna wrap up this other thing. I'm gonna wrap up this other stuffing so I can put the lid on the roasting pan. So we get this in, then we can open more the table and prep other stuff. I've already got carrots cut up in the pot with water on them. We make glazed carrots. This might be a 2-wrap meal. That's a lot of stuffing. Might have to send home with my daughter-in-law. I know she likes stuffing. One. Oh, come on. You ever have one of those things? It doesn't want to lay down flat. Got out some trays I have to use. This one might have a lot of onion in it. Oh well. They'll all get mixed in a big bowl afterwards anyways. What else we got ready? I got corn already in a pot, ready to cook. Just canned corn, nothing fancy. But I just have it ready, so it needs to be turned on. Or more than likely popped in the microwave. It's not that easy when it comes to corn. I have that 5-in-1 salad to make. I have coleslaw to make, and then I have potatoes to peel and that. So I'm just gonna wipe out the lid. Just otherwise go out there else, but I'll wipe out the lid so I can put it on top. Got a good deal on this. This is a KitchenAid roasting pan. And you can use the lid for if you want to make lasagna. Use a huge lasagna. Put the rack down flat here. Excuse me. Dropped a piece of bread on the floor. Keep stepping on it. So I'm going to lift the bird in here. And oops. I am going to just go around behind you guys here. I'm going to grab some twine. Of course, it's up on the top shelf. Way up there. I'm going to tie his legs together. So some butcher's cord. Same kind of stuff that the butchers use to tie up their roasts and stuff. I'm going to put it on this side so I can reach it easier. Oops. Doorknobs get loose. I'll fix that. Fix that while we're at it. Throw that stuff in there. Okay. Get his legs tied up, and then we're going to season him and get him in the oven. Probably be done early, but then he can rest and I can get the other stuff done. Why does your butts always seem to be out of kilter here? Oh, good enough. I have some butter left in this container. Just gonna use that up. I like buttering my bird. That doesn't sound right. I like putting butter on the outside of my turkey when I'm cooking it. We're touching this butter and then touching the raw turkey, so we'll just use all of it up. It just ends up in the bottoms where the juices and are the stuff I use for gravy. Also use my potato water for gravy. I also use the water from the organs there. So I just strain everything and put it in the pot and make my gravy. I usually use this stuff called Bisto. I'm not one for flour or cornstarch gravy. And then the Bisto is getting expensive. It was over $5 for one, just a small box. I don't even know if I have a box left up here. Things get moved around again. It's like $5 something for this size box with 227 grams. I like the dark stuff for like beef and that, but I prefer the lighter, the poultry kind for turkey and chicken. I got butter on my fingers again. Butter fingers. going. I'm supposed to cut the oil. All right. Put some butter on there. Put some salt. Probably what I should have done is salt and pepper and season the inside cavity. I'm going to use this one because I don't want big globs of pepper. Now the question is, put the lid on. So it doesn't sit all the way down. It does. Bonus. I've had times that I've had to cover that with foil. So turkey is going in the oven at, we'll say 1250. Oh. And I don't need to stick the stuffing in there. Oven until later. So that one's clean. I'm going to use, this is one of my essential oil On Guard cleaning solution. Since I had raw turkey on there. I decide what to do next. Should I do coleslaw? Probably do the coleslaw. I need to grab a bowl for the coleslaw, one for the 5-in-1 salad. And then we can sit down at the table and do the potatoes. These are a couple Rubbermaid bowls. We're not going fancy. It's not a big family. Which do. So who's messaging me? Okay, so just a reaction. Okay. That's not what I need. Last week at the mobile market, we got a big head of cabbage, so I just shredded it all up to make coleslaw. It's got cabbage, it's got carrots, and onion all grated up in there. I made like 2 bags this size full. So all I'm doing, I'm really lazy. I don't make stuff from scratch. My mother-in-law, funny thing is, my brother-in-law always thought my mother-in-law made her coleslaw from scratch. All she used was coleslaw dressing. And he never knew. I used about half a bottle of the last time, so I'll just use the rest of the bottle. I don't usually make coleslaw for Thanksgiving. Like I do turkey 3 times a year, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, usually. But I don't usually make coleslaw. I'll sometimes make the 5-in-1 salad. I had been cutting back because, trying to watch what I was eating and stuff. But I just thought, heck with it. It's a special occasion. It only lasts so long, and then I'll just use one of these spoons. Just trying to get the old stuff out. Just do it this way, Mikey. Just do it this way. I'm just throwing everything in the sink. We'll clean that up after. Wash out the dishes and throw the stuff in the garbage after. Guess that's all I'm getting out of that. So that's easy enough. It's just stirring it up. Probably could have used another bottle. Oh well. Make do with what I got. Or maybe add some stuff to it later. I don't know. I know I got trouble for not adding last time. Salt and pepper. I'd gone through most of the bowl last time, and my youngest goes, "You didn't put any salt and pepper in it." I'm like, nope, you're right, they didn't. Could have used a little bit more coleslaw dressing, but it's not bad. One salad done. Over there to go in the fridge. Second salad. And you guys got to see me make this the last time. Do a meatloaf with stuffing mixed up. Do a meatloaf with stuffing mixed and very tasty. That would be. My mom did. She called this one dish. She called it mock duck, and I don't know why. But she later literally took it. I forget what kind of steak it was. I don't know if it was a round steak or a good sized steak. And she would season it, and she'd do the stuffing and then just roll it around the stuffing. It was pretty tasty. I've never made that for my kids. Maybe I should try that sometime. Oh. Throw it there. Don't eat coleslaw in my. We've got marshmallows in there. I only need a cup of. Oops, I don't want to use the same scissors I used on the. Don't want to use those scissors on the poultry. Need a measuring cup. Oh no, never mind. We'll just eyeball it. Just one more dish. Or we'll do a cup of coconut, depending on how much coconut you like. I'm going to say the coconut for another, like no bake mac rings, or as my cousins always call them, poop bowls. Back again, stupid signals. I understand, Busby. You have challenges with your internet. Move that back. I don't need salt and pepper for this one. Do the orange ones. I'll do this first. Couldn't find a small can of pineapple tidbits because I like the little ones that had rings. They had crushed. The smaller cans, they didn't have the tidbits. I'm gonna have to break down a new can opener soon because this one's temperamental. Sometimes it wants to turn, sometimes it gets stuck. I'm just making that 5-in-1 salad or marshmallow salad. My relatives called it 5-in-1 because there was 5 ingredients in it. But whatever. Some people call it like an ambrosia. My kids just call it marshmallow salad. Not many of them eat it. I think my daughter-in-law eats it. And me. Be my dessert for days. Oh, there we go. This time I got the, what do they get called? Mandatory segments, so they're already kind of broken up. Come on. I get all the juice out? Yep. Just dump that in. Or the other sink. Kill that after. The thing fighting with this can opener, juice all over the counter. I just cleaned it from the meat. Hey Ellsworth, how you doing? How are you and the girls doing? The wife. I'm always focused on the girls. I'm always forgetting about Stacy. So hi Stacy too for me. And Chelsea, Brooke, Sarah, and Lacey. Just making up my Canadian Thanksgiving dinner. There, that one came off. So fighting with me. I'm going to pour some of the juice off because I'm not going to use this whole can of pineapples. I'll use half. I'll get a container and put the other half in. half of this. Pour some juice in here so I don't accidentally dump it in the bowl. That's about right. Let's put the rest in this container. For a snack or something else. I'll stuff on the table to go in the fridge. All sticky. So we got the marshmallows, coconut, orange, pineapple, and sour cream. These are the big ones. I'll have to wash them for tonight. Mix this up a bit. Also about a cup. I'm going to use a bunch of this. It's a lactose free, but I'm also want to use up. When we were over at M23, we got some sour cream. The squeezy sour cream, but I want to use that up too. It's a great idea. Mix them up first. Make sure I need more. And I know it sounds gross, but when the sour cream sits mixed up with the marshmallows and the fruit, it gets sweet. And it's just, you could use, if you don't want to use sour cream, you could use like a plain Greek yogurt. Probably give you the same kind of results. I usually use the lactose free because most of us are lactose intolerant, but oh well. I think that's enough. So I guess I'm gonna have some squeezy cream, sour cream left over. Oh well. So give me 1 second. Put this lid on. I'm gonna move stuff to the fridge. And then we got potatoes to do. And then we can chat. You can watch me peel potatoes, but we can chat while we do that. So I'm just gonna stop the camera so I can move this over and not make you dizzy. And we got cranberries in a bowl too. So that's that done. Salads in, cranberries in. Things in different places because it's taking up a lot of space. All the goodies. I'm still here. I'm just putting some things out of the way. Need that butter right now. Need this stuff for potatoes. Putting everything in that sink. For the moment. Potatoes, and then I'll grab you guys. Come on. Don't need to have you on the tripod. Try not to drop, you guys. That wouldn't be good. plug you guys in. Out of the way, because we don't want to cut the potatoes, or cut the potatoes. I don't want to cut the cord while I cut the potatoes. Move the tripod out of the way, so Trump wants to come in and make something on. So I'm just going to put the tripod up down so it's not in the way. It's a nice tripod. It was given to me. However, it takes up a lot of space when it's up. Watch letting the legs back in, or you get your fingers in there too, and it hurts. 1, 2, one more leg. Okay. Set this out of the way. And I'll be right with you. Okay, so behind me, that's all the organs just sitting in a pot of water, and I sit over the vent of the stove, cooks it enough. My corn's here, and got the carrots here. They're all sliced up, and they'll be glazed. So I got the brown sugar and all that already in there. We got pumpkin pie, apple pie. We've got the 5-in-1 marshmallow salad. We've got cabbage salad. Got turkey in the oven, stuffing. So now, time for the potatoes. Guess I should have grabbed a bowl or something to put them in. I'll do that once I get them in the bag. There's, yes, glazed carrots, Busby. I don't know how much mashed potatoes I want to make. As we go through them really quick. When we have leftovers, they're gone within a day. I do have more potatoes, but I need some for the leftovers turkey. I will later this week or next weekend be making pot pie. So I don't waste anything. Well, I used to save the bones. Sorry, Busby, I don't mean to make you hungry. I used to save the bones, but I'm not one for making soup from bones. My son will. So if he wants to save the bones to make soup, that's okay for him. I take all the meat off the bones pretty much and chop it up and make pot pie. And I do a lazy pot pie. There's a restaurant just out the highway here. It's called Olives, and they make an amazing pot pie, but they just use a little casserole dish, like for an individual one, and all the stuff's in there, and then they put like a puff pastry over top. Well, I'm not one to make a puff pastry, so I usually make I put all the stuff in my casserole, and then I take Pillsbury crescent roll. A message from my oldest. Well, I put the turkey in at 12:15. 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 6. I probably could do it. But turkey. Can't spell turkey. Finished no name chips, rockets, and Smarties over. Well, it was only a small box of Smarties. And what? I think I sent 7 packs of rockets. He didn't share either. He shared with his wife. That was fun to watch. I need to put something to put the. Let's see, which pot? We'll go for the big one. I could use the Dutch oven one too, but the Dutch oven is non-stick. If I decide to use the mixer to mash potatoes, I don't want to scratch up the non-stick. I'm just going to put some water here so I can put the potatoes in and they won't turn on me. The only thing, it takes a long time to put water in this thing. Looks horrible on the inside. I need to give it a good cleaning again. White enamel. I had some stuff from a lady with some natural stuff. It was for enamel tub and tile cleaner, but it was safe to use on this, and it would bring it out nice and white. But I have to find out if her husband still sells it or not. There's enough water to start. I might get out my little paring knife too. Just for cutting out those spots there. Favorite little paring knives that my mom had got from a place in Nova Scotia. Just put that there so I can throw some of the peels in there. So, my U.S. friends, what do you guys usually have for Thanksgiving in November? Do you do turkey? Do you do ham? You know, it's a big football day too, isn't it? Ah. This is not one of my favorite parts. I can use a peeler, but then when you get to some of the little eyes there, they're easier to take out with this little paring knife because it gets right in the little holes there. But if I use the paring knife to peel, then I end up taking too much skin off, or a waste. I don't know. Having a hard time peeling carrots when I was younger. Learned about 15 years ago. I was using using the peeler the wrong way. I was trying to peel away from me, and it wasn't working. Pull towards you. Those are a lot easier. I have this one. My son likes the, what he calls it, speed peeler. The one that's got the thing this way. And you just peel it. Oh. Apply for my oldest. Okay. Apparently he went to a bachelor party last night. The owner of our LARP guild from Rollinwood. The 2 owners are getting married next weekend. Apparently my oldest went to the bachelor party last night. It's a little hungover. Great. Making all this food. He may not want to eat too much. We'll see. definitely gonna have leftovers for days. I won't have to cook this week. I did get myself some gluten-free bread so I could have turkey sandwiches. So I love turkey sandwiches. And it's a brioche bread too, so I'm looking forward to trying that. If I have too much leftover mashed potatoes, got ground beef and ground turkey, I can always make shepherd's pie. I have plenty of corn. So I got some corn on the cob I can take off the cob. Got lots of carrots. Yep. I actually have extra meat in the deep freezer, but I've been lazy the last couple of days. I had soup yesterday, just canned soup for supper, and I had a couple packages of just microwavable rice. Just feeling too lazy to cook. Buddy Lacey loves mashed potatoes, so do I. My favorite meal growing up used to be roast beef, mashed potatoes, and peas. You asked me what my favorite meal was, roast beef, mashed potatoes, and peas. Now I like so many other things that's like, I don't know what is my favorite. Still like roast beef, mashed potatoes, and peas, but it's not, I wouldn't say it was my favorite one now. Trying to find a decent roast beef around here is ridiculous. I have to start checking out the butchers. Probably pay an arm and a leg, but why am I peeling with a knife instead of the peeler? I had roasts on sale at the grocery store down the road, and they were like this big around, like maybe 3 to 4 inches around and about 6 inches long. They called that a roast. My mom bought a roast. It was like this big around and about that long. You got several meals out of it. The butcher's still behind the grocery store over that way or not? I wasn't paying attention. I think it is. I wasn't paying attention when I was at the bus terminal there. I do like sweet potatoes too, and I didn't try them until I was probably I'm gonna say early 30s. I don't know if I had tried them before, but my aunt made this. I was at a different townhouse at the time, and my aunt was in the unit 1, 2, 3 doors down from me, and she made a sweet potato dish, and then it was like the mashed up sweet potatoes, and she just put white marshmallows on top. I was like, that's not bad. I kind of like that. But then I tried sweet potato fries and sweet potatoes different ways, and it's like, actually, they're not bad. I do kind of like those. Mobile Market didn't have sweet potatoes. They only had these ones I got at the grocery store. They were on sale. 10-pound bag for $1.94. So I was like, I got the bag of potatoes, but at the mobile market. Hey, Amy, don't work too hard. I hope you're feeling better. Gotta catch up sometime, girl. She's so busy when she was away, and then she's been working. She was sick after her cruise. Gotta catch up on one of these days. I know you were off a couple days this week, but I figured you were still recovering. We'll have lots to talk about before too long, anyways. But I can't say anything yet. Decorating. Mm-hmm. I mentioned before that my son's girlfriend's favorite holiday is Halloween, so she got some more decorations yesterday. A huge spider. Looks like she's going outside to do something. Oh, she got a spider webbing. It's more of a net rather than some people buy the stuff that's like cotton. This stuff's like a kind of a net. She wants to fix it because it's coming down. And once she gets all the decorations done, they're gonna have some friends over on the 28th. But when she gets the decorations done, maybe I'll do a short and show you guys all the spooky, scary stuff she has lots of ideas. Sure, creative. Some of these got some spots on the ends. My holiday I like to decorate for is Christmas, which I don't put decorations up before November 11th. Unless I have to find a Sunday after the 11th. I usually try to go right after May or maybe around the 20th. You might have seen some of the videos, but I like to have my kids come over for dinner and then we decorate the tree. Although these two here are not big fans, but they'll put a few on. That's okay. It's an excuse to get them over, get the other two over for. I gotta find out when the next. I don't know whether they've planned the high winter event for LARP or not. Just don't want to do it the same weekend. I don't know if my oldest will know that or not. I can maybe ask at supper time. I don't know how many I'm going to have for supper either. That's my youngest has to work evening shift. One of the bags or pouches of dressing sliding. My youngest has to work, and he mentioned something about his girlfriend might be going over to her dad's. So I don't know. Might be just me and my oldest and his wife. I don't usually get my adopted one over too often anymore. Although it does come usually for the tree trimming one. Scissors. Needs scissors. Needs the scissors. You got a nice potato, and then you get a spot in it like that. And then you start cutting to see, oh, that's pretty superficial. Came right off. Yeah, I think I'm doing just do this whole bag. We have leftovers, we have leftovers. If lots leftovers, that's fine too. As long as I can find space in the fridge to put it away. This one's got some spots. Just trying to cut them off before. These probably, I think she's at the trailer this weekend. I'm in the process of closing it up. And I think Steve had to work. I think she was working on that this weekend. I haven't chatted to her too much this weekend. She's been probably busy. One of the downsides of having a trailer in Canada, you got to close it up for the season. Do all the stuff to make sure it doesn't freeze and move some of these peels in my way. A pile here, I won't be able to cut the potatoes up. And then next weekend, I'm supposed to go for lunch with some of my friends from out of town next weekend. Although one might not be available. Because of her work situation. Depends on how things go. Whether she's off or has to work. She's off this, she's got a hair appointment in the morning. And hopefully we get it together in the afternoon. I don't know. A bunch of them kind of, her other friend discussing. She's got another friend that tries to make all the decisions. She gets kind of frustrated on that. Pop-Tart on your new toaster this morning. What kind of Pop-Tart? I forget what you said was your favorite. Mine are smaller ones. But unfortunately, they don't make Pop-Tarts gluten-free either. It's probably some kind of knockoff brand that maybe doesn't. I haven't found it yet. Like I've said before, we have limited options gluten-free here. When you go across to the border and you get almost like half an aisle of options. So the best thing if you're trying to go gluten-free, just stick to the basics. Your meat, potatoes, and vegetables. Brown sugar and cinnamon. Those ones were pretty good. I used to like all kinds, but I just kind of... It was bad. I was babysitting for a weekend. I was in my 20s. And they had some more Pop-Tarts and I had never tried them. I fell in love with them. I ended up having to go buy more boxes because I ate all their Pop-Tarts. I've been hooked on them since. I try to stick to only when they're on sale, something like that, for a special treat. Bought 2 boxes. Almost done. I got like 7 more to peel, and then I'm gonna cut them up. And then put some salt in the water, and then just have them on the stove, ready to turn on. Probably around 4-ish. My oldest was asking what time dinner was. I had planned it for 6, but the turkey's gonna be ready long before 6. If it gets done too early, and I can always carve it up and keep it warm. I'd rather chop the turkey done a little bit early so it can sit, and then the juices can reabsorb, and then gives me time to get the other stuff done. Nothing better than homemade mashed potatoes. That's for sure. If I'm going to have any instant ones, I only buy the Idahoan. That's the only ones I like. The other ones taste like wallpaper paste. Not that I hate wallpaper paste, but that smell and that just kind of the consistency of some of it. I don't do. Ugh, that's a big bad spot. I don't do instant potatoes too often. Not for us usually. I will do the Idahoan scallop potatoes sometimes. I'd rather do them from scratch too. I learned how to do scallop potatoes from scratch. The way my mom used to do them. Just set in our ways, do things like the way mom used to do them. Don't know if my kids will do that or not. And then my youngest went to culinary school, so he has his ways of doing things, and he's a good cook. I just laugh. He makes things and wings it, and it looks like he's winging it. And it was like, okay, you gotta remember how you did that the next time, because I like the way that tasted. Or like scalloped potatoes and ham. Yep, scalloped potatoes and ham, or I do scalloped potatoes and pork chops. My son does his dirty Reubens, which is a spin on a regular Reuben. So like sauerkraut, he just does caramelized onions, and so Swiss cheese he uses like a pepper jack. And we don't usually put the dressing on it. Some people like use a Thousand Island dressing or something like that on it. It's like, we don't usually do that. The also main thing is just sautés up cabbage and grated, there's not grated as fine as this coleslaw, but fairly thinly sliced. Coleslaw and carrots. Not coleslaw, cabbage and carrots. Quite often you'll do it with the red cabbage, and then tosses it with like onion powder and garlic salt and a bunch of other stuff, and then serves it over rice. That's really good. I've made it a few times on my own. So, doesn't always taste as good as his, but I'm going to the mobile market over the next street over, getting a lot of cabbages as they came in season. So I've got a solid cabbage in there to, because it's easier, I guess, when you thought to make cabbage rolls from. I've got some that's chopped up for either cabbage roll casserole or cabbage soup. What else? We have had extra peppers before we had too many of those. I chopped those up, so they're handy if I want to throw them into sauces. I got one more peel and just then cut them up. Get you, Callie. Empty bag from his dog that fell over. Scared him. He's now eating one called Crave. High protein, grain free. So we figured out the grain was giving him allergies. A mashed potato. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Wanted to drain the other stuff off the potatoes, and I had to move the stuff out of the other sink. So took out the garbage stuff out of the sink and put the dishes in a separate sink so I can clean up. That was my youngest.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, I can't say much for that side of the family. That doesn't come from my side.
Bullshit.
And he's swearing on my live stream. Thanks.
Yes.
That's why I stay away from gluten. So I don't stay away from gluten. That's me. I'm honest. Trevor. You know what he did? He ate KFC. And it's kicking his butt. That's why I don't eat KFC. Because my gut don't like it. Sorry about that. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's a lot of potatoes in there. 13, 14, but they're all various sizes. Some of them are kind of small. Ugh. Make sure I got. Holy crap. I think I got overboard on the potatoes. I'll show you this. Oh, I think I lost Bosby again. I think I went overboard on the potatoes. Oh well. We'll have lots of potatoes. And then once I get these done, I'll let you guys go, and then I will do a short of what dinner looked like, how the turkey turns out. And leave it for a while cooking, and then start basting it. And then the last hour, I take the lid off so it gets nice and brown, because I love my youngest and I love the skin. We'll just sit and eat the skin. Try not to throw these on the floor while I'm cutting them up. You're barely here. Well, I'm going to hang in for a little while till I get these cut up. And then I will probably call it, and then I'll do a short of how things turn out. Thank you guys for keeping company. Appreciate it. If you're catching this on the replay, I would be live again on Thursday. Be in the kitchen because we're going to cook it with an essential oil. And maybe I've got something to do with leftovers. I'll chat about that. Show you how to do that. But I like cooking. I don't like to clean up. But I try to get things cleaned up as I go. That's why I try to get things prepped ahead of time too. So, oh, did I catch it? Yeah, I did. Right between my knees. So I get everything prepped, ready to turn on. My mother-in-law did that too at Christmas time. She'd have everything. In morning time, she'd have her potatoes already peeled and in the pot, and all the veggies ready just have to be turned on. She had one of the one of those turkey roaster things. You just plug in, you roast a turkey in or whatever, or you can get big casseroles in. She would do that with her turkey, and then she'd usually put the ham in the oven. That's when all the kids and grandkids used to come for Christmas. I don't even know if she does that anymore. I think she goes to one of the kids. I think usually her daughters. I'm not sure. Last year we had. So I'm still close to it. Sorry, waving my neck around. Still close to my in-laws. My ex and I split up 20 years ago, but I was told I was still part of the family, so I went for a while for Christmas. I was still always welcome there. I was always welcome to come. I'm always welcome over there, but not having a vehicle, I don't get down there that often. But when I am down there, it's usually on a Friday morning, and people aren't. My mother-in-law or my ex aren't up that early, so I don't stop in there. Uh-oh, that potato I didn't catch. Oh well. Last year, had my ex over for Christmas with the boys, or the kids. That was different. I did it again, maybe just, I think we had the last Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving before. Had them over for dinner. Just so the kids can spend time with them. There's another story going on there, but it's not mine to tell on here. But we have got along since we split up. For the kids, I just lost another piece of potato. 3 pieces of potato. Jeez. Throwing them all over the floor here. Everybody's like that. They, get along for the sake of the kids. That's great, but after circumstances that dictate that you can't. That's good too. Like there was a time when he was with somebody else, and that was the kids didn't go very, very frequently because they didn't want to be there. But not with that person anymore. Kids see him once in a while. They have their lives. Mine. And it's not my job anymore to bring them all together. It's hard letting go of things. It's the hardest thing with my oldest moving 30 minutes outside of town. We used to get together almost every Sunday for dinners. Now they moved to 30 minutes outside of town, but works here in town Monday to Friday and usually every other Saturday. They don't want to come back into town that often for extra trips. So that's why I go to LARP with them, which is not next weekend, the weekend after. The big Hallows event. I don't know how much video I'll get of that. I hate when the knife sticks to the almost sliced my thumb here. The Hallows event is a big scary one. Although I was told the big event was going to be last month because of the owners getting married. Oh, it was interesting news too. The owners of the whole Callie. The owners of the whole large corporation, I guess I call it, would be the easiest way to explain it. Ted and Dave. They also had they ran the Toronto Guild. They've given up the Toronto Guild. They're still going to run Underworld Global, but there's new guild owners that are taking over the Toronto one, and then there'll be a new name, I believe. It's not going to be Jericho anymore. And I don't know if I mentioned there's a new guild, another new guild. I think it's starting in the spring up in North Bay, Ontario. So we'll have 4 guilds in Ontario. London, Toronto, Ottawa, North Bay, yeah. 4 guilds in Ontario. And there's one, like I said, there's one in Florida. It's like northeast of Gainesville, called Dark Harbor, I think. Is Dark Harbor? Yeah. I think it's more of like a pirate or something type of vibe to it. Rowanwood was an island, and it was a penal colony. So I think kind of like Australia started out as a penal colony. That's what Rowanwood started. But then things happened, and then in the story, Rowanwood townspeople were forced to go elsewhere. I don't know what happened over the last event because I wasn't there and I haven't talked to my oldest, and there was no pictures or video posted, so I guess there was no photo ninja there since I was away at M23, which is sad. It's usually there's a couple other ones that will come occasionally, and I had posted ahead of time that I wouldn't be there. So unfortunately, I don't get any photo record for that one unless something gets posted soon. I have to ask my oldest. I just threw another potato on the floor. Good thing I got lots of potatoes. Nice to have lots of potatoes. One Christmas I don't think it was a case of not being able to afford potatoes or afford groceries, but I think it was a case of I thought I had more potatoes than I did. And I went to drain the potatoes. I had overcooked them, so they were falling apart. Then I went to drain them, and half that went into the sink that I couldn't save. I only had about half of the mashed potatoes. So then I mixed it. I had 2 packages of the garlic mashed potatoes, the instant ones. I ended up making up those and mixing them in with. I don't know if anybody could tell, but I don't mind having extra. That is all the potatoes. See if we can wash off this one. And wash off the other ones because when I picked them up, I dragged them across the animal hair on the floor. So I'll put that over on the big burner. See that one with all the organ meat in it just sitting on there? It's already changed color. not pink anymore. It's already turning brownish. Let's throw a whole bunch of salt in there. And put the lid on. Alright, potatoes are ready, corn's ready, that's ready, salads are done. Gotta remember to throw other stuffing in. I'm taking a peek in the fridge here. Nothing else that I missed. I don't think so. Thanks for those who came and kept me company. If you're catching the replay, thanks for stopping by and watching. I will do some shorts of how things turn out and maybe some pictures. Maybe do a bunch of pictures and put them in a little short too. How dinner turns out. I will catch you on Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll be in the kitchen, remember. We're going to be making some herb bread with some essential oil. And probably do something else because I don't think that'll take a long time. Maybe if I got leftovers to make stuff, maybe I'll make a pot pie or something then. I don't know. We'll have to see. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys Thursday. Thanks for stopping by.